Hi everyone, and welcome to Lou Chat with your host, Louis Chant. And today we are joined by Poetically. Uh, Poetically, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Poetically. I do music.
Yeah. it was so you were so monotone when you introduced yourself. What sort of music do you make?
Well, first of all, it's electronic music, but it's also inspired by the whole 2007 block house era, like stuff like Sebastian and Justice, and now moving over to more disco kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also inspired by the 2000s, like early Calvin Harris and whatnot.
So you released the track Mama Strips on Montem very recently. What
Yes,
exactly is that song about?
it's kind of like it represents Uh, it says here, it represents the unwavering appreciation of your mother through a romantic yet absurd lens of a dysfunctional family. In other words, it this song is about family, given the whole song is like very has a very underlying theme of very uncomfortable subjects, because easily when you hear the title and the hook of it, Mama, keep stripping, keep dancing. You know,
Yeah.
it's all very erotic,
Yeah.
kinda and kind of dirty, and people think like, oh, whoa, what is this actually about? It kind of is um intentional to pull out something a little uncomfortable to talk about, and in this case, this is about family,
Yeah.
but through a little uncomfortable, what's it called, expression. That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
Uh that's the most uh low key explanation of it. The
Yeah.
more very simple explanation of it is basically it's about dysfunctional families.
Yeah.
Uh like it could be no money, uh to parents, that, well, or parents that just doesn't make it out together, and and that obviously causes problems for the child.
Yeah.
Abuse, something like that. It's probably the most serious song I've done to date.
Do you when you're making music, is it mainly based off your own experiences, or is there a lot of like fantasy involved when you make your music?
That's a great question. Mostly, yeah, it comes from somewhere. I don't really make music from nothing.
Mm.
Uh, like for instance, I have like two gaming tracks right now.
Yeah.
Um, One about Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
about the whole video game not getting released properly, and the new one about Battlefield, about how I have been banned from Call of Duty Warzone, and now I'm really excited for the new Battlefield. It's really stupid, but it comes from somewhere. Those are
Yeah.
very simple examples. Uh, but everything else, like my songs that has more vague text and lyrics, like Computer Don't You Die on Me, Monster Woman, they all come from somewhere. It's not
Yeah.
pure fantasy. Well, maybe sometimes there is some fantasy laid on top of personal stories, but
Mm.
it purely comes from somewhere. Like it is based on something. Like Monster Woman,
Yeah.
it's like with Monster Woman, it's about this girl who was kind of not good for me, and then it was extremely hard for me to let go of her,
Yeah.
or for me to totally cut the context of her,
Mm.
stuff like that, you know. And Computer Don't You Die on Me, it's a little more basic, but that's about basically my computer dying on me.
Mm.
you can try to read the lyrics, uh, and that's basically my best way of describing things that has happened to me. But it's also expressed and written in a way where it's not it's not fully explained.
Mm,
It's vague. Yeah.
mm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Talking about the two gaming related tracks you put out,
Yeah.
what made you create them in the first place?
Yeah. See, that's the thing, because poetically, you know, I was really stingy about what I wanted to do with the Poetically project for a long time.
Mm,
And I was like, oh, I want this to be all serious and stuff like that. But there was a charm adding a little humor to the seriousness.
mm,
And that's where I just told myself honestly, I just totally do something completely different. And also, I mean, it started with Cyberpunk 2077. I
mm.
waited like it's 5 years for that game now,
Yeah.
and I was so pissed, really. So that's a huge part of it that I just said I really want my voices to be heard. I really was one of those fans who put all of my feelings to that one video game. Because yeah,
Mm,
I love video games. I just love them. It's like 50% of my life.
mm.
And I struggle time to find space for video games and music production. But really, Cyberpunk 2077, it just made me make a track about it. Cause, and I was like, I don't care. I'm so mad about this. I'm gonna interfere in my serious music project to make my voice heard.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did that. It didn't get, I mean, a ton of notoriety, but it got out there, and
I
I
think
still didn't
it's
get what I wanted.
interesting, you know, to,
Yeah.
compared to like a conventional song, just a it's like a commentary about how you felt about something, you know?
Yeah. It actually is. So it's not like totally a meme song
Yeah.
and that, but it's all also just kind of like, I can do it and I feel I can do it quick, and it's just an idea that's on top of my head, and I just feel like why not come out with it, It's
Mm.
really it's a lot more spontaneous than my official singles.
So recently you acquired your first record player and you've been ripping and uploading some pretty obscure vinyl to a YouTube channel. Tell me about the music you've been uploading to YouTube.
Yeah, see, so it started with this. I had I have like three YouTube channels
Yeah.
in total. One for personal use, and then one is the Poetically channel, and then the third one is like a third channel I made to upload one Danish song
Mm.
I made just for fun back in the middle school days. And
Yeah, that song is
uh,
really good. I
yeah,
really like
it's
that one.
it's up there. It's in the channel. And then I renamed it to Critter Mix, Quilla Mix. It means spicy mix, or
Yeah.
yeah, something like that in Danish. And ever since I got my first vinyl uh record player, I started finding these obscure, really rare uh records from Italy
Mm.
through Discogs, and then I didn't see that they weren't uploaded on YouTube or anything like that. They weren't on Spotify, or they were just unreleased. They were only released as a vinyl. So that's why I
Yeah.
bought it, and then I got I ran it through my record setup, which is just like it's a record player, an amplifier, and then two speakers. But then I run it through the amplifier to my main recording system, which is just my, you know,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, my main computer setup with my studio monitors and my audio interface. I run it through that, and then I run it through uh my music program, and then I secure. I basically just save old rare vinyls of disco records that hasn't been heard before or uploaded on the internet. That's
Mm.
basically what I'm trying to do here. And in total, I have been uploading 3 records, and they're all Italian. And I don't know why I've gotten so much love for early '80s, '70s disco records, or just funky in general records from Italy. I don't understand what they're saying, but it's just so good.
Mm.
And I think a part of it, a part of that inspiration to just listen to a lot of that kind of stuff is probably because of Habibi Funk.
Mm.
And if you don't know what, if people don't know what Habibi Funk is basically is as much a genre as it is a label, where they uh, upload unheard uh, disco or funk or music or just any kind of genre of music from the Arab world. So it's like Middle Eastern disco, funk, or rock.
Mm.
And I started listening to that. I dug deeper, and then I found some records on YouTube that wasn't uploaded in. They were uploaded in really bad quality, and I was like, how much is this on Discogs? You know, and I found it, and then I read the original audio of it. Then
Yeah.
again, I made my own YouTube channel. It's there, Colamix, Mix.
So does your turntable have USB connectivity, or is it just a normal turntable? Because
It's
like
yeah.
I
It's
have a
what's up?
turntable with no USB like connectability, but by using like an amplifier, I can rip my own records. Is that what you're implying?
Yeah. I don't do it with a USB connection because my turntable doesn't have that. It's an old school Sony where it has a stereo output, and then I just use a phono stereo cable
Hmm.
from the back of my turntable. No, no, wait. It goes from my turntable to the amplifier, and then there's a stereo output there, which I go through my computer system.
Yeah.
So no, I purely just needed to find 2 jacks and do it all manually, and it has to be in stereo, right? So
Yeah.
I have to put them in 2 line inputs, and then I have to align, both of them, both of the gain knobs, so the stereo matches. So it's not too far out to the right or the left. It is a little complicated, but
Hmm.
once you get it done, it sounds nice, and yeah, you can
Nice.
listen to it there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put a link to your vinyl channel in the description when I upload this, so
Yeah,
people
sure.
can
Thank you.
hop on by. Um, let's talk video games. So
Yeah, I already mentioned them.
yeah, you were actually you said you were banned from Warzone, but you actually got unbanned eventually. Can you
Oh, I did.
explain what happened there?
Suddenly, I couldn't log in to my Warzone account. It said that my uh, uh I have been hacked, and I could see that because I couldn't log in
Mm.
to my Activision account, though I could log into my Battle.net account, and I didn't get any notification of my password uh has been changed. But I could totally see that just by logging in, and I could see the email and stuff like that. So I went through a account recovery process, got my account back, and I was like, oh yeah, now I can play Warzone again. Oh, maybe I should make it a little better at password. And then suddenly I got permanently banned, and that is because of the suspicious activity that the hacker was doing to my account,
Mm.
because he did a lot of stuff. I think did something so I would get some microtransactions that I didn't own, stuff like that. And that was not my fault. That was something the hacker did on my account. I went nuts. I wrote to Activision in like 12 different social media formats, and I went after them on Twitter, and oh my god. And after 2 months of just me going out of my way to really try to get my account unbanned because of it's an unfair misunderstanding. I got it back, but it really did take a lot. I messaged their personal email, uh, some cooperative developers email, even the CEO of Activision himself, Bobby Kotick. I just,
You
I was
actually
like, "Hey,
reached out
please."
to the CEO. Did he?
Yeah, I did.
I imagine he didn't reply.
Pro- None of them replied, but
Yeah,
I really went after them. I went after them on Twitter, and suddenly, uh, I mean, no one, they didn't reply anywhere, but suddenly they created a new tab or a new section of their official website on Activision.com where you could file a ban appeal because and it said there with small text due to a substantial amount of reports of misbanning, we have decided to open this section where you can file a ban appeal. So I did that,
yeah.
and surprise, surprise, or not surprise. I mean, 1 week later, I just got an email where they said like, "Oh yeah, we detected some suspicious activity on your account from another country, so here's your account." And I was like, "Oh, thank God!" And I've been playing ever since. But it really did take 2 months,
Yeah,
and now just missed 2 months of just not playing Call of Duty, doing other stuff.
because it it changed, didn't it, while you were banned from Modern Warfare to Black Ops Cold War, like the map.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, you missed out on that.
I totally missed out the whole transition
It wasn't that
of
good anyway. I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
no, yeah,
yeah, it's really fucking shit.
yeah. It's really it's not my style either. It's kind of
Yeah,
it yeah. It also doesn't run as well. It doesn't
yeah.
run that good. The performance is kind of bad. I don't know.
It's
Um.
just it takes up so much like space on a hard drive as well. So that's why I don't play it anymore. Like, you can
Oh yeah.
install like 3 or 4 good games for the amount of space that Warzone takes up on your hard drive.
Yeah. Really. I have a dedicated gaming SSD. I
Mm,
bought that just 1 terabyte, and I already just and I only have half of it left because of just only Cold War and Call of Duty
mm.
and Modern Warfare. Really, it takes so much space.
Fucking joke, isn't it?
It really is.
Fucking hell. Like, you got games like No Man's Sky, which is it's huge. It takes up like 10 gig or
Yeah,
something, and like Valheim, like that takes up like a gig.
that Valheim is a that's a groundbreaking example of how much you can cram into a video game of such low memory size. It's crazy.
Yeah. How have you've been playing Valheim a lot, haven't you?
Oh, I
Um,
did.
yeah. How have you found it?
I was honestly in a call with you guys.
Yeah.
You and some other friends from Montaime, the record label Dash 30 and
Mm,
Cold Road, we were just like, "Hey, well, what are we gonna play? Hey, I found this new game, Valheim. What is it?" And I was pretty doubtful at first,
yeah.
but then I ended up loving it. It just basically became my Viking Minecraft.
Yeah, I find it better than Minecraft, honestly. You know, I haven't played it in a while, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
me neither. I have stuff to do, but yeah, it's really enjoyable. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
yeah. They haven't really added much to it though, have they? Like, since it came out.
No, not really.
Hmm.
I'm waiting for new stuff, but yeah, I'm really grinding to the top, like just finishing the 100%ing the whole game. But there's a lot of grind, even when you're two people.
Yeah.
Like you really have to mine a lot of materials to get up there and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I play a lot of video games, a lot of classic. I would call myself a mainstream video gamer.
Yeah,
I don't like play these strategy games like Civilization or 2.5D games. I only play like 3D games. Like I'm all really casual, like Call of Duty, Battlefield. Oh, waiting for that no Battlefield by the way.
yeah,
And all the Source classics, Half-Life. Uh Actually I haven't played that. Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike, you know what I mean.
yeah.
That's basically that type of gamer I am. Really casual.
So, what video games are you looking forward to seeing as E3 is around the corner? I know you've already mentioned Battlefield. Is there any other games that you're looking forward to?
Well, I definitely have some, but I gotta say it has really been a mixed bag for uh getting excited for video games because all you get is just bad news of games getting delayed
Yeah,
and whatnot. So it really is changing a lot, and at this point you're basically just waiting for what to come next.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I already mentioned Battlefield 6, or basically the next entry to Battlefield.
yeah. Supposedly
Uh,
it's set in like 2042 or something.
yeah, it really does look like it's going to be a modern setting again.
Yeah, yeah, which is good. I think the last good Battlefield was probably Battlefield 4, and I think I don't know. I never played one, but five.
One was great, but yeah, not as good as 4. And I do kind of feel the outdatedness of 4 now.
Yeah,
Kind of a little just so now I really want to know Battlefield.
we're gonna
And
get one this
also
year.
we are.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. So, okay, the other games I'm really looking forward to are Starfield by Bethesda,
Hmm.
some like space RPG.
Yeah.
Um, Dying Light 2, Dying Light 1 was great.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6 looks a little promising.
Hmm.
Uh, but I generally don't like Ubisoft games. I always think they're kind of half-assed.
Yeah, they
I
are. They
mean,
usually are. They're like half baked. Like
yeah,
I think
they're
the
really,
last good Ubisoft game I played was probably like Far Cry 3.
yeah. And even that wasn't, like really, really fantastic, but it
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah, it was good.
And, I really did think that Watch Dogs Legion was gonna be great, and then, sucked ass,
Yeah, I
honestly.
want to buy it because it's like it's set in London. Obviously, I'm near London, so I want to see everything I've
Yeah,
seen in a
yeah.
video game. But yeah,
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I've been to London.
yeah,
You already heard, but I've been there. I've been to what's it called, Piccadilly Circus,
yeah,
and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's basically it's like in Denmark, but it's just more grand and bigger, and I really like the sophisticated old building. Anyways, off topic. S- Um, yeah, Stalker 2. I already said Starfield, Sons of the Forest 2,
mm,
Halo Infinite,
yeah,
and I was really looking forward to this game called Vampire Bloodlines: The Masquerade 2. It's a long as title.
yeah,
Uh, that's like a vampire RPG, but then you got, and then again, here we are with the delays or cancellations. It really looks like the game is on a bad spot because the whole developer team got shifted and laid off and replaced by a new developer team.
mm,
That's not a good look. So gaming here at the moment, especially under hit this whole COVID-19 thing, it's up and down.
yeah.
It's really weird. It's a weird position. You don't really know what is going to be good. How about you?
Me? What am I excited
Yeah,
for? Wow.
yeah, really.
Uh, Battlefield, obviously. I think we are due a modern day Battlefield. I think even if it's like futuristic, like 2142, that'd be
It
quite
looks like
cool.
it is just a
It's like
little,
in the middle, I think. But yes.
yeah, like near future.
Um, Gran Turismo 7, which is the reason why I actually bought a PlayStation 5 to play it. But It got delayed till next year. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
you like racing games.
yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of. I've played Gran Turismo since I was a kid, so it's like the one video game series that I'm like, how do I explain it? Like
I
a
understand there's a
devout
lot of
fan
good
of.
music from
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think Gran Turismo games shaped my music taste, especially
Yeah.
like 4 and 5. They had like 5 had like breakbot on it and like boys noise and
What?
yeah, and 4
Damn.
had like new rave like rock like klaxons, stuff like that. That I'm a huge fan of now. Um, and yeah, the games are just good as well. Like
Yeah.
racing and collecting cars and stuff. It's like Pokemon but for cars. Like
Nice.
it's great. Um, honestly, I don't know. Like other video games wise, I think maybe the new Elder Scrolls game that's gonna come out. I'm interested in that. I'm interested to see what Starfield looks like because we don't really know what it looks like. But when
Yeah,
they're
me
gonna talk
too.
about it at the new conference, so I'm definitely gonna watch the Xbox and Bethesda conference.
I
Um,
also forgot to mention the new Elder Scrolls, but it's really so far out that it's
yeah,
kind of hard to get excited for it right now.
it's not gonna be for a
I
long
mean,
time, I don't think.
someone we know is gonna have kids before that comes out,
Yeah, literally, fucking hell. I reckon
or
like
GTA 6, like
yeah, GTA 6. Well, the thing is that Rockstar like really like they're treading around it. They're like I think they obviously are working on it, but like they're putting out the new GTA 5 extended and whatever the fuck like expanded version of the game. It's like more than a remaster apparently. It's not like a remake, but they're adding like new stuff to it supposedly. So it'd be interesting to see what they pull off
what?
there. Yeah.
Where have you heard that?
Uh, well, it's rumors, but like I think it makes sense that it's gonna be more than just a remaster. You know. Um.
Okay,
Yeah. So
and when you say extended, does that mean new islands or something like that?
who knows? We don't know yet, do we?
Who knows? So
Supposedly it
there's
comes out this year, though, so we'll find out. I think at E3 we'll
uh,
hear more about it. Um,
it's also really been a long time since that's been released.
yeah, 2013, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and it's 2021, 8 years,
8, yeah.
eight
I was
years of
about to
my
say
life.
7. Yeah, 8 years. Damn.
God, yeah, I remember playing it when it came out. Well, I remember GTA Online when it came out. I remember playing it with my friends, and we had no idea what the hell we were doing. Um,
Yeah, me too.
and we were just like selling cars. Got off the street, and that was like we grinded. Like we were grinding for that money and doing like all the races and stuff. And like you actually earn
Yeah,
a lot of money out of that. And like you actually felt
yeah,
like a sense of progression compared to now, where it's all like microtransactions and stuff like that.
yeah. It's you can't grind any money right
Yeah,
now. That's why I don't like it anymore. There's a lot of people who really have admitted to giving themselves money hacks because it's just too grindy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I don't
I
blame them.
mean, and
Honestly, it's so
I
predatory.
don't blame him as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, why should I have to grind? Like, why should I have to play GTA Online as my day job just so I can afford like some cool cars and
yeah,
shit?
really,
You know, like it really is a capitalism simulator. Like,
it really is.
God,
It
um,
really is. And you know, yeah, I still though. I mean, it's not as good as it was before, or it's kind of like destroyed. There was still some good memories from there. You can still like goof around the map. I
yeah, yeah.
mean, go around with your friends and what's it called? You remember when you would actually steal pedestrian cars and sell them?
You can still do that, but not every car. Like,
Yeah.
but you don't get a lot of money out of it, so it's not really any point. You might as
Oh,
well just like grind races and stuff like and like heists. I've only ever done like 2 heists ever. Like it just takes too long, like a commitment, you know.
yeah.
And you can't really do it with
Also,
randoms because it's like a pain in the ass, and they just don't even follow your orders.
yeah, but it's also really hard, and you don't earn anything out of it.
Yeah.
You earn the most through heist.
Hmm.
I think so,
Yeah.
or by. by this selling cars DLC, something like that. But it's really you should have earned more, you know.
Yeah.
There's this like whole diamond casino heist, and it's all turned up to be great, and it's all, you know, the whole theme is about money and casino and earning money, and then you just earn like less than $100,000,
That's
you know,
fucking shit.
it's nothing. It's
Rockstar are
just
fucking pulling one over us
Rockstar,
with
man. Come
shit
on.
like
And
that.
what did they do to Red Dead Redemption? They found out that there wasn't really anything to do against people earning money fast, so they just basically it's Red Dead Online that's dead right now.
Yeah. Well, they
That's
released
because
it separately, didn't they? But
it
yeah.
did, but really they intentionally made Red Dead Online bare bones because they realized they didn't earn so much money in it, and I'm kind of pissed over it.
Hmm. Have you ever played the first Red Dead Redemption game?
No,
No.
I didn't have a PlayStation,
Yeah.
so no, I was never there. Always PC.
Yeah. Hopefully
Always
they
forgot to do
remastered
it.
the first game. I played through it a bit on the PlayStation. It's all right. I think it deserves to be experienced. I'm more of a GTA fan, but it has a good story. You know, I haven't
Wait,
even
did
put.
you say there's a remaster version?
But I think they should remaster it.
Oh, they should, yeah.
I think they will in the future
Yeah, probably.
because I think they want it. They definitely sell. Like on PC, it will sell. Like people want to play the first game.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the second game, but yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's a really good story. And people mention Red Dead Redemption 2 as a masterpiece and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
they always forget to mention the multiplayer. But
Yeah.
that's probably because, you know, they don't really see that as a part of the game because yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 experience, the story, because it's really immersive. You really get immersed in this like cowboy life and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
people do kind of forget to not give Rockstar just a little criticism for their bad multiplayer or their bad practices.
So poetically, what is your
Yeah.
favorite video game and what's the worst video game you've ever played?
Oh my God. I was so I was pretty sure it was gonna be Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I haven't even finished it because my favorite video game prior to that is that's The Witcher 3, and that's made by the same company,
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red. It's the best MMO experience I've ever had, and
Hmm.
it's just the story the story is just so great, and it's just so it's just a really great introduction to the MMO. No. The RPG series. If you haven't really been playing a lot of RPG
Yeah.
games, so if you haven't played RPG, definitely Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It's so great. It's not that expensive. It has two DLCs. It's really great.
Yeah.
Um, can I just spoil one very little section that just grabbed me?
Yeah. Go on. The
That's
game's been
just
out for ages, so you can do what you like.
yeah. It's I don't think people mind, but that's just there's this quest line where you actually do go traveling uh through different dimensions or alternate realities, right?
Yeah.
And then you do it with this elf. And then when you go to this like very dry sand planet, right? Uh, the main character Geralt, he's like, "Hey, what happened here?" And then the elf explains like, "Can you imagine a planet where civilization is draining the planet's power for materialistic goods and
Yeah.
stuff like that?" And Geralt is all like, "Oh, that would be horrible." I'm like, and I just thought that was so great. That was just a great example of,
Hmm.
you know, just a small little commentary of what is happening today.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
certain,
Yeah.
yeah, it just I don't think I have to explain further, but I just thought that was so great. And so yeah, that's the best game. The worst game. Oh, what the hell? I don't know.
Is
Uh,
there a game you've played and you just like, this is absolutely abysmal? You know?
Honestly, just because it's probably not the worst game I've ever played. There's probably something I've played that's worse than that. But I've just had such a bad impression of Cyberpunk 2077 that I just couldn't forget it. I just can't forget it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many things. There's NPCs. They sometimes they don't have any pants on, and sometimes you see T poses everywhere. You can't even lie on the bed when you sleep in the
Yeah.
normal way. It's just it's so atrocious, and I just don't get that that's actually the game that you know that comes from the same developer which who made my favorite game. And I already think with Cyberpunk 2077, there's already a lot of damage done that can't really be saved. There's a whole intro, with this like very charismatic side character you hang out with. His name is Jackie. And you can just see that there was a whole sequence, a whole gameplay sequence. You just that probably was playable, but was cut down to a
It's a
stupid
cutscene, isn't it?
cutscene
Yeah.
montage sequence. And there was a demo released in 2018 where it was uh, you know, a drive sequence where you were shooting enemies and stuff like that. That
Mm.
was at the start of the game, and in that demo, it just looks so fast paced and great and action packed. And when you go to, uh, you know, the final version of that drive sequence, right?
Yeah.
You drive so slow. It's like, hey, get him! But he's still the car is still so driving so slow that he's trying to it's as if he's trying to obey the traffic rules at the same time it's a it's a driving shooting sequence. I just
Yeah.
don't get it. There is really a lot. I do feel there is a lot of permanent damage done to the game that I just when I played it, I was just like, I can't believe this. Really, I didn't even like the animations. It really felt like I was playing a unfinished indie game. Really, I just in
Yeah.
the shadows, the shadows animation. You see your shadows animation. It just looks janky. It really looks like it was absolutely shit. Really, I am
Mm.
so sorry. But Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my god,
Yeah, I remember
there's
playing it
really
um on the PlayStation. I had it on the PS5 when it came out. It was obviously the PS4 version, and I only put like 2 hours in, and like the performance was alright, obviously, because I was playing it on the PS5,
yeah.
but I just couldn't get into it, honestly.
It was so unimmersive.
Yeah.
uh, you would see cars from a far distance where you see that they uh they transform from an actual car model to a cardboard cutout JPEG, uh and then you would see just a normal car. Sometimes it would just be a normal car transforming into a truck. I
Yeah.
mean, and sometimes you would even uh this is just some more atrocious shit going on with this game. You would turn the other way and turn over at the same way again, and then cars would disappear, unload the textures. It's probably not the worst game I've ever played, but it really is the worst game I've ever played that I have remembered. It was just really bad.
Yeah.
It just really did made such an impression on me that I really can't think of anything else.
Are there
Because
any games that haven't been announced, but you'd like to play them anyway? So like games that don't exist yet, but you'd want to play.
that's a great question. I would totally love. I haven't played Half-Life, but
Yeah.
I would totally love a remaster.
Did you know there's a source version of the first game?
Yeah, okay, but what I mean with a remaster is
So
like
like
totally,
Half-Life Alex.
yeah, maybe the Source 2 engine, but it would be like very nice graphics. There would be like, crazy sequences, and
Hmm.
you know, it would just be all very modern, and it would kind of be not a remaster, but maybe a reboot.
Yeah.
So maybe some things are rewritten, and and to make things more immersive, and maybe some I mean, I know people are not a fan of this, but maybe some scripted sequences that which just makes the whole overall experience just more immersive.
Yeah.
That's just what I like.
Isn't
And
that what Black Mesa is?
yeah,
Yeah.
uh yeah, but I also
It's
meant
not
like
it's not
Half-Life
like
2.
yeah, it's not a Valve. It's more of a fan recreation of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about Black Mesa and stuff, and I've seen it, but I totally mean like, totally next gen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
That's really what I mean. But yeah, that's really something I can think of on top of my head. Other than something I would really love to have an impact on some a really groundbreaking shooter.
Hmm.
You know, I, we all used to have this like kid dream of being a video game developer,
Yeah. I
and
think yeah, kind of.
you wouldn't know shit about coding, but you would just list yourself as an idea man.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have all these crazy ideas, and that's because I mean it's not totally bullshit I'm coming out with here, but when you're a kid, you actually do have a lot of nice, I mean, really fantasy ideas.
Hmm.
I mean, and some of them are actually worth taking note of.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's also because I don't know, maybe it feels when you grow up, it feels less tense than it did when you were a kid.
Hmm.
But yeah, I really can't think of anything else than Half-Life reboot, not remaster, but like Half-Life next gen reboot.
Yeah.
That would be great. I mean, a little rewrite here and there, and uh, that would just be so great.
I really want a remaster of Just Cause 2. I think that would be so good.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because
I
I
agree.
loved Just Cause 2. Like just I
Yeah,
played Just Cause 3. I haven't played Just Cause 4, but Just Cause 3 was alright, but Just Cause 2 is so fucking good. Oh man, it's just I played it
have
as
you
a
played
kid.
the multiplayer mod for
Yeah,
Just Cause 2? Yeah, that was great as well. I would love, yeah, if they actually made a reboot slash remaster of Just Cause 2, and then actually made an official multiplayer with where it was just like the mod where you could spawn vehicles and drive really fast and just fuck
yeah,
around in the map. That would be great. That would be so great because
mm.
that was just so much fun.
Yeah. Honestly,
Really.
I
But
remember
what?
I played the multiplayer mod years ago when it was actually quite
Yeah.
famous, and there was like loads of people
Yeah.
on. But I played it recently with Cobalt Road, and
Yeah, and it
there
was
wasn't many people playing. Me and him and
no.
like 10 other people. So it wasn't the most enjoyable experience. But honestly, I could see if like a full server, like it would pop off. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
And still it was kind of groundbreaking because you don't see a lot of video games today where there is a really huge map,
yeah,
and and 1,000 plus players in the server where you can just spawn vehicles and goof around the whole map. You know,
mm.
I I would have some small low-key adventures that you would just make out yourself with your friends just by driving around. This one scene, there was this one time where I was with my friends. We were just driving this SUV, and then this guy just started shooting at us, and it just became a whole action shooting sequence where we try to escape some maniac. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just that's really what it could be, and I kind of miss that. Yeah, I do agree with you actually.
So last question:
Last question.
Is there anything else on the horizon for the Poetically project that you'd like to entail or talk about?
Well, I probably said this before,
Yeah,
but I'm really working hard on some a classified project
yeah,
which combines all of the songs I have released since Teenage Sad Club,
yeah,
and I'm 40% done.
yeah. It's a long process, but
It
it'll
really
be
is.
rewarding when you finish. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's really basically it. I'm just focusing on this really big project, and I'm doing the best I can because I don't like talking about stuff and then totally disappointing myself because then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I've done that
I
before many a time.
yeah yeah that's like jinxing stuff, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
So I don't talk much. I just make it, and I guess that's more. That's just it just makes my work process better. But yeah, still I still do stress myself a lot,
mm.
especially when you actually do make a track and mix it. Oh my God, what a process.
Yeah,
I'm right now sitting with a track. It's done and all, but I just can't get the mix right.
yeah,
It always happens, and that was uh that was really also what I went through with the two last tracks, Mama Strips and Monster Woman.
mm.
Monster Woman was really, I mean, it was really a nightmare. Oh yeah, also given the Halloween track, but it was really a nightmare to mix
yeah,
that track. Oh my God.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and also Mama Strips. I actually had to ask Alex for help, and then he helped me with the kick because I couldn't get the kick to sit right. And
Mm.
then he basically made a kick for me, and then I was like, "Oh, thank you. You've made my day."
Yeah.
And then I still ended up using my own kick.
God,
Yeah.
you've
So
broken fiber music's heart by using your own kick. Nah, I'm sure
yeah,
he's alright
I'm
with it.
really yeah. Also, a big part of my mixing process, or just my general way of making music, I'm really, really OCD perfectionistic about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of killing me sometimes,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I do not wish to be so careful about it. I mean, we're talking like 1 dB or 1 hertz, where in the mixing process, where I do think it makes a difference. It's really uh you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically what's on the horizon. There's a bigger project with all these singles, and we'll just wait and see.
Well, thank you, Poetly, for joining me on this episode of Lou Chat. Uh, I'll put his socials in the description so you can follow him and see what Poetly's up to. But thank you for joining me, Poetly.
Thank you for having me.
It's all
It was
good.
it was great. A lot of video game chat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love talking about video games. So
Yeah,
yeah.
really.
But I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.